The name of this next horse is Hoof Hearted. But listen to the call.
Hoof Hearted on the extreme outside. Colorado Co-Ed, Toast a Dozen on the inside. Questers Jet, Hoof Hearted on the outside, it's close. Hoof Hearted in the winner's circle.
¡Claro que sí! ¡Ay, jaja! ¡Sí, señor!
What is up, pod people? This is another episode of Hoof Hearted. I am Doc, and with me is Mex. Mex, what's up?
What's going on, Doc? How's it popping?
Pretty good. Pretty good, dude. So we were cut off, and you were talking about a movie you watched last week. We got cut off. So there's a movie, right, that you were watching, and we're talking movies right now. So
yeah. Oh yeah.
What movie did you watch?
But it was Dumb Money.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Dumb money, like a dumb bit.
Yeah. And
no, I'm just kidding. I loved it.
Yeah.
I love the bit and I love the money. I would say, because the review was last episode. Go listen to it, folks.
Yeah, but you didn't give a score, 1 out of 10.
That's what I was about to get into. I
okay.
talked about it last episode. The score is here. You've been waiting a week. If you listened, love you.
Yeah. Thank you.
I would say it's about an 8.
Really?
It's very niche, but I had a good time watching it.
Okay. Did you ever watch?
Very good actors. Sorry, one last thing.
Go ahead.
Like,
Yeah.
between the main actor, Nick Offerman, Seth Rogen, and Sebastian Stan. Obviously, I just being biased, I love all those guys. Pete Davidson included.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of the cast is really good. Did not have one point in time where I was bored or pissed off at someone. So yeah, I'd give it an 8.
Nice. All right then. I was gonna say, did you ever watch what was The Big Short? The movie The Big Short.
No.
Okay.
I haven't.
That one had, I think Brad Pitt was in that. I think. Yeah. Anyways.
Watch Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah, I watched that too. But yeah, The Big Short is a really fucking interesting movie, and I think it's kind of similar to what you were watching there. I mean, it has to do with like financial stuff, but The Big Short was about the housing crisis, the housing bubble, when it busted. So yeah, so basically some similar things there. So, and definitely, if you know anything about like the stock market, man, you can make some money. You also could figure out where the economy is going and prepare. You know, I mean, it's fucked up and it's gonna get worse.
Yeah,
for sure. But
I mean, if we want to dive into theories later on what we think, because we're not financial advisors, but I'd fucking like to talk about stocks.
I mean, we could.
Yeah, like I was saying last week, it was something like I rattled around. And that's why I wanted to watch the movie.
Mm-hmm.
But also, like when I did the AMC stock, it made sense. People are coming off of a pandemic, not able to go out for a while. They're gonna want to do something. Like, what else is gonna be comfortable, like to do? Go chill out and watch a movie.
Yep,
makes too much sense. If anything, we're going into. You know what? Never mind. Sorry. Well, we were gonna talk about your second movie that you were gonna talk about last week.
I was gonna ask you though, like, what was there another movie that you were gonna watch that you were thinking about watching?
No, I ended up getting too busy. I've been rewatching some anime with my girlfriend.
Oh, okay, cool.
And I mean, if there'd be oh shit, something like, but you know what?
What?
I did watch a series I fucking liked a lot. It was funny.
Yeah,
I
what
don't know
is
if you
it?
want to talk about a series later on.
We could do it. Yeah, we could do it later. But what's the name of the series?
Tires with
Oh
Shane.
yeah.
What is his name?
Oh dude.
Gillis?
Fuck. I forgot his name now.
I
The
think
comedian
Shane
Shane
Gillis is
Gillis.
what
Yeah,
it is.
yeah. Shane Gillis. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
It
saw the.
had dude, it has so many fucking funny scenes. Him just being a quirky little dog. He has lovable eyes. He really does. It's crazy because he kind of looks at like a lot of the people because he fucks up a lot, obviously. But he's looking at him like, sorry,
Yeah,
my bad, dude. And it's like, God damn it, I can't be mad at you.
because he looks kind of special.
Well, yeah,
he admit
fucking dodge that
he's
shit.
he's said it. So
Yeah, I know.
whatever.
But
Yeah,
that
but
one's funny.
yeah.
If anyone wants, that's a definitely 10 out of 10 like little comedy series. It's
Did you
fun.
watch? Did you watch the whole series?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I
It's
haven't.
really it's not that long. It's pretty short. You can watch
All
in
right.
just a little bit.
Yeah, I'll have to watch. I'll have to finish watching it. I didn't finish watching it, so and then we could talk about it. But
Yeah.
I did want to say, like in the last episode, we didn't even give any of the socials. You could hit us up on Instagram, Who Farted Podcast on Instagram. I'm Doc Farted on Instagram, and Mex is the underscore Mexalorian. Don't spell out underscore. It's the little line at the bottom. It is an underscore. So, but yeah, hit us up on there. You can call us at 661-379-0020. Leave us a message or call us. It's a 3-minute message, so you don't have that long. But as Rowan can attest to, he gets mad. He's like, I got stories. But yeah, anyways, so yeah, you can hit us up on that. And then you could also check out Mex playing Twitch. He's
I just got back into COD and Warzone is it's pretty fun.
there you go.
Um, Still fuck around on the helicopter and shit. It's really shit now. It's been pissing me off, but
Yeah,
I'm having a good time.
yeah. But
So come check it out.
yep, check it out. The underscore Mexalorian on Twitch. So but I there we're still on the movie thing. Because I actually watched 2 movies, and this is a movie that I wanted to watch with you, but we just didn't have an opportunity because it wasn't in
Oh
theaters
shit.
for very long. And my
God
friend,
damn it.
who has Plex, I don't know if anybody knows what Plex is, but basically, you put movies onto a server and then you allow other people to check out your server. And a friend of mine from high school, he has allowed me access to said server, and so he posts movies and stuff. And so I ended up watching a movie that I I wasn't sure how I was gonna like it. I didn't know much about it. Um, I mean, I kind of had an idea. I mean, I kind of did know quite a bit about it, but I wasn't sure, like, because the trailers didn't lead too much. Like, I didn't know if this was going to be if they were going to go in one certain direction or if they were going to go in a different direction. The name of this movie is called Sasquatch Sunset, and I didn't know if it was going to be more like a documentary where they were going to have like a narrator, or if it was just going to be straight up Sasquatches. It is straight up Bigfoot. I'm going to say Bigfoot because it's easier to say than Sasquatch. I'm just not, it's just easier to say Bigfoot. But I loved this movie. I thought it was fantastic. And I heard a lot of people went to go see the movie and then they walked out because they thought it was gross.
I want to know why.
I think that okay, so I'll go ahead and go through my notes here. So Sasquatches apparently okay, this movie is about a family of Sasquatch, and of course there's no words. They don't say any words, so you have to really pay attention to like context. And that was one of the things that I liked about this movie was that you really had to pay attention and kind of decide for yourself like what is going on here. And you see them, they'll do a lot of the banging on the trees, because that apparently like that is a way that Bigfoot communicate. They bang on trees, and then you can see them like kind of looking up and then like waiting to hear other banging. So, and this family of Bigfoot is continuously moving. So my guess is that they are actually looking for other Bigfoot. They are, and I think ultimately what this movie is about is it's about an endangered species that is, so low in numbers, and they are trying to find more of their people or their animal, whatever you want to call it. And it's about like deforestation, the problems with deforestation. So, and there's little hints at that in the movie. It was funny. But they are traveling, and I thought that it was interesting too to see like how much they are like humans, and then how much they are like animal, and they eat a lot, so they're traveling all the time, and I was like, man, they eat all the fucking time, and it's mostly just like plants and then like fruits, or vegetables, whatever they can, forage for. They did at some point in time eat, a fish that they caught. They were throwing rocks big rocks into the water, and then they managed to knock out a fish. But yeah, it was kind of gross because like at one point they're like squeezing the eggs out of this fish, and all the eggs are just a goop that are all going into their mouth. It was kind of gross. But I mean, pretty early on in the movie, there's a sex scene between the Bigfoot. So like,
I knew it.
Yeah, and you're what? You're into it?
I knew it.
Oh, okay. Lot of Bigfoot dicks. Like you see a lot of Bigfoot dicks, and I'm gonna tell you, not as
Wait,
big.
in one scene or just throughout the whole?
Throughout the whole movie, because they don't have pants, right? So you just see
Yeah.
And so I thought it was funny. Like number one, they chose, and I think this is great. They chose not to make Bigfoot have a massive dick, right? Because you would think, okay, this Bigfoot is like 8 feet tall. It's gonna have this enormous dick. No, it didn't. And also, it was more like a dog, like like a dog dick. It was just kind of like tucked away, whatever, and then it would come out, and it was red. So there was parts in the movie where, the Bigfoot was getting a little excited, and you see his
red rocket.
his red rocket, yeah. So coming out. So it was pretty funny, but yeah, so the first scene, like they're, pretty early on, the Bigfoot is just, going to town, and the other two, because there's a female, and then there's an alpha male, and then there's another male, and then there's a child, and the alpha is always trying to fuck. He's just constantly trying to fuck. And the female's like, no. So she's like, no, I've had enough. I mean, he's trying to get at her tits. He's trying to, and she's like, no, I've had enough. In fact, there's one part where, the kid is drinking from the mother, drinking from the teat, and the alpha male is like eating, and he like looking over there, and he's like jealous that the kid gets to suck, from the teat. So he's just like, whatever. Let's see. I'm looking here at my at my notes. I didn't write as many notes. I was so into the movie that I didn't write a lot of notes. But so the kid one, like, so they're traveling, whatever. They come across
In your
like,
notes, does it say tiny Sasquatch dick?
no, it doesn't. No,
Okay.
I'm just remembering shit
Wanted to
now.
make sure. Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, I didn't write that. But so the kid is really into, like, he's just really, he's sweet. He's a gentle soul, and he comes across a turtle, and he's like, oh, and he's kind of like petting the turtle on the shell, and then he wants to kiss the turtle, so he goes to kiss the turtle, and then the turtle snaps on his tongue, and so now everybody's like trying to pull this turtle. He's like, ah, and then everybody's trying to pull this turtle, and they finally get the turtle off, and the other male is like looking at it, and he's like, what is this thing, and he knocks on the shell, and then he like holds the turtle up to his ear, and he's all and then you just hear the of the turtle, and he's like and then you keep hearing the turtle responding, and then he's like and then he hands the turtle over to the alpha male, and then the alpha male is like and it was like he had a phone, and you just keep hearing the turtle talking, and he's like, "Rah, rah, rah," and then the alpha male gets tired of it, and he just takes the turtle and chucks it up against a rock or a tree, and then the turtle breaks. And that was it. And to me, I thought it was hilarious, because I'm just the idea that they were talking to this turtle like it was a fucking phone. Yeah, that was funny to me.
That is
The
pretty funny.
yeah, the alpha male, of course, like, okay, so the female is pregnant, and I think that was, yeah, I don't know what, but the alpha male was like constantly trying to fuck. Um they're traveling, whatever, and at one point they find a bush with some berries or something on it, and then the alpha finds another bush that had like raspberries, but the raspberries had gotten moldy, and basically they gotten old, and he starts eating them, and he's like, ugh, and then he's like, ah, yeah, and he keeps eating more, and then the other people are like, the other Bigfoot are like, oh, what's that? And then they want to come over, and he's like, no, you know, he's like, get away, this is my bush, and he eats like all the fucking berries, and he gets drunk because all these berries have like fermented. So he had it was like he had something to drink. And so he like wakes up, and he's got like his hair is like all fucked up. Now in this in this movie, you figure this out, but he basically, like, when he wants to fuck, he smashes his fists together. He makes fists, and he kind of like bangs them together from like, I don't know, it's hard to describe, but he bangs them together to show like, hey, let's smash, and she's like,
Yeah.
no. So he's drunk, he gets up, and he's looking, and the female um is bent over trying to put together like a shelter, and you just see like Sasquatch ass. He's like staring at her ass, and he's like, ah. And and then he gets up, and he's like going over there, and he's just trying to go to town with her, and she gets all mad. She starts hitting him and shit, and then and he's like, fine, fuck you, and he leaves, and then he's like just walking through the woods, stomping through. He's all mad. And then he sees like a mushroom, and he sees, it's like, I think they're called red caps. They're the ones they're red, and then they have the little white dots on them. They're the mushroom from like Mario Brothers.
Okay.
And so they're really poisonous. So he eats it, and then he starts fucking tripping balls. And eventually he gets to a certain point, and he like leans over, and he starts to throw up like so much, And he's like, ugh. And you could see just the green vomit like all on his like beard, the facial hair. And then he starts to like he sniffs and he's like, and that reminds me too. Okay, the female, the female, she's pregnant and she's sitting there. They're just sitting there, and she starts scratching her crotch, and she's scratching her crotch, and then she starts to smell her fingers, and she's like, what is that? You know, and then so then she starts scratching with her right hand, and then she's like, while she's scratching with her left hand, and then she starts trading off like hands. She's just scratching and sniffing, and she's like, "Oh, that's gross," but she keeps going. Later on in the movie, she's like, you could see her like she's talking to the other two, like the kid and the other male, and she's like, and this long conversation, and then she just goes, scratches her crotch, and then she puts it up to the kid's nose, and he's like, you know, and then she like scratches again, and then puts it up to the other male's nose, and he sniffs it, and then he's like kind of like leans back a little bit, and he's like, whoa, and then and then it's just silent. And it cuts away to something else. It was so fucking funny. And then anyways, so the the alpha male, had he had just thrown up, and then he starts smelling. He's like sniffing. He smells something. And then he like looks, and he sees in this hole, this little like cave kind of a thing. And what he sees, he doesn't know what it is. But he like looks at it, and then he starts to make the smashing, you know, like I'm gonna fuck you, motion, right? And it turns out it was a mountain lion, and he was going to try and fuck the mountain lion. So later, back at their camp or whatever, the female, the other male, and the kid are, well, the kid is like, you know, where is it he at? You know, they started to like, they banged on the trees to try to get, you know, some info from him, and they got nothing. So later the kid, and this was super fucking weird. The kid starts to wander off on his own. He like has this weird sense of things. And then so he like wanders off on his own, and then he holds his hand up. And have you ever done the thing where you take your thumb and you make it look like your hand is talking? Like, you know,
yeah.
yeah. So you have you make a fist, and then you have your thumb to the side, and you're like, hello, you know, like whatever. This fucking kid starts to do that. He's like, and then he's like doing the thing with his thumb, and he's like, he's having a conversation with his fucking hand, and he starts to follow like whatever. Then he ends up seeing what remains of the alpha male who had got fucked up by the mountain lion, and the mountain lion was eating the Bigfoot that tried to smash with the fucking mountain lion. So I was like, well, I wasn't expecting that. A main character died. So I was like, what the hell, dude? Yeah, it was just such a crazy, you know, crazy movie. And then let's see here. They end up burying the alpha male, and it was interesting too, because so they bury him, like they dig a grave, and then they bury him, and they make these little like wreaths, and they have like their little ceremony. And I thought that was interesting, like how they decided to make the Bigfoot like have a tradition, or, you know, and then also like that they bury their dead. And that is why you can't find the bones, because they're buried. You know, they have like these human like characteristics. So I thought that was interesting. Um, So then they go off, they're doing whatever. And at one point they actually, the other male, he's like watching he's like touching a tree, and he's like feeling the moss, and he's starting to get turned on by feeling the moss on the tree. And then he looks over at the female, and she's all like, she's all reaching up, and she's all stretched out on the tree, and she's feeling the moss. And then he's like, okay, she's sexy, I'm gonna go fuck her. So he goes and he tries to fuck her, but she's like, no. Meanwhile, she's pregnant, and she's like, I don't want any part of this. So um yeah, it was just crazy. And then at one point in time, they are walking through, and then they come to this flat section, and it was paved, and they didn't know what the hell it was. And they start to walk out there slowly, as if they were like walking on the moon. And then one of them like looks down in one direction and sees that this road, because they're now on a paved road, goes forever. And they scream. They're like, what? And then all of them turn around and look down that direction, and they all start screaming. And then one of them decides that they're going to turn around, and they look and they see that it goes off in infinity in another direction, and they are freaking the fuck out. And now, because they're freaking the fuck out, they start to they start to piss on the ground, and then they start shitting. They're just, they're just like, and it was so funny because you see the female ape, she just is squatting, and she's like, just all this like water's coming, like all this piss is coming out, and she's like, "Arr!" And then just this big fucking turd. It was just so it was so hilarious. And that's what I mean by like it's gross, because like people didn't, I don't think that they liked it. It's kind of a nature
Yeah.
show, right? Right? Yeah, but it was
Yeah.
funny as fuck to me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Most of it sounds fucking hilarious.
yeah, and then so they also found like X's like spray painted on some trees, and they started getting closer and closer to like civilization, obviously.
Yeah.
Then they're out by um a river, a riverbank, and the other male, the older male, not the alpha because the alpha's already dead. She or he is. They found a log that was like cut down, it had an X on it, and it was just there. And he's like jumping on it, and he thinks it's fun, that it's whatever. He falls, and then he gets stuck. The log kind of rolls, and he gets stuck, and then eventually he dies, like he drowns. And they freaked out, the female and the kid, and they were both, like the kid is just hammering at the fucking log like he was gonna do anything, and then he's pounding at the water, and then she's like trying to push the log off of him, but she's pregnant, so she can't really do it. So it was just really, it was difficult. She Let's see here, he ended up dying, and then uh so that's two main characters that died. And then so they sleep over there on the riverbed, and then they look up and they see like the log had rolled away, and his carcass is there, and crows are like eating at the carcass. So they go ahead and they bury him, and they do the same thing, the wreaths, the little ceremony. And eventually the female and the little one, they come across a campsite, and they're just like, they found like some gummy worms. They started eating all the candy, and then the female comes across a boom box and hits play, and then there was some fucking song, and I can't remember what the song was, but it was so silly. And then she starts, you could see like she's crying, and she goes fucking nuts, and she smashes the boombox, and then they tear up the whole campsite. And and then eventually the female finally has her baby. That baby is ugly as fuck. And you could tell it's fake, but oh my god. And she's just kind of like tossing it around like it's not a big deal. She ends up like the baby ends up like not breathing. She wakes up and the baby's not breathing and she's like, "Oh my god, my baby's dead." And so she just starts smacking the shit out of it. And then so is the other kid. He starts smacking the shit out of it. And then the baby like, comes back. Um the forest was on fire off in the distance. They were sad about that. And then they eventually they end up like they did after she had the baby, there was like a mountain lion that was there, and they had to throw the placenta at the mountain lion so the mountain lion would go away because it was going to try to eat the baby and them, I'm sure. Same fucking mountain lion that was trying to smash the alpha. But anyway, so after like, they're wandering whatever, and then they come across like a Bigfoot museum, and they it just shows like a statue, like this statue. And one of the things that they were doing in the movie was like they were trying to communicate, like there's a howl that they do, that ooh, ooh, like, right, that's like a thing that they do to communicate. So it shows like her and the kid, not the baby, they're both like looking up at this Bigfoot like wooden carved statue of Bigfoot, and they're both like looking at it and go ooh, 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 right, trying to talk to it, and it's not talking back, and they're just like super confused. And then the movie ends. It ends right there. And I was like, I want a fucking sequel, dude. Like, I want to know what happened to these
That's what I
Bigfoot.
was gonna ask you. Do you think there's gonna be a sequel?
No, there's no way. But I thought the movie was fantastic, man. I thought it was great. Yeah, it was funny. I think that I don't know what people were expecting. It is what I was expecting as far as, I was hoping that it wasn't going to be like a documentary, like a, like Planet Earth kind of a thing where it had a narrator. Because I wanted it to be like, a day in the life. And this was like a whole year's worth of what was happening with this family of Bigfoot as they tried to find other Bigfoot, and they never did. And yeah, it was such a good movie. I thought it was incredibly well done. I liked how they made it. They took some of the lore that belongs to Bigfoot and they put it in there, and they did such a great job of like explaining like how these things would work. Showing also too like the animal side and the human side of what a Bigfoot might be. I thought it was just really well done. And maybe the deforestation thing, maybe the whole idea of them being an endangered species, maybe that wasn't what was, the message behind it, but that's the way it seemed to me. But it wasn't like preachy, you know what I mean? They weren't trying to like throw this message at you. So that's why it wasn't really easy to kind of figure that out. I thought it was great. And I think if you get a chance, I think that you might like it. After
it sounds pretty funny.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think I'd find it like too gross. Just like realizing it's because I feel like that's part of the joke. It's just like it's got to be fucking gross for one.
Because they're
Sasquatch.
animals. It's just like
what the fuck else were you? What were you like? Really? Yeah. What were they expecting?
Yeah. Like pants. Were they expecting them to be wearing pants?
Yeah. Like they're just gonna jump out. Because the only thing like I could think of is if it was just like people faking it or something, and then they like take off the suit and they just dip out or some stupid shit.
Yeah.
But besides that, no, like a real actual like nature thing, that's where it would have been,
Yeah.
at least in my thought.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it does sound really funny.
It was funny. It was funny. And it was sad at points, you know. I mean,
Oh yeah, well,
it was a good movie. I really liked it. Like 1 out of 10, I would say I would give it an 8. I liked it a lot. And there hasn't been a lot of movies that I really liked. And I liked that one a lot. So, in fact, I was telling everybody at work about it. And, you know, they kind of laughed. And then there was some parts where they're like, ugh, you know, but I'm like, it's what it is, man. It's just like watching a nature documentary when you see lions fucking. You know what I mean? Like, it's the animal instinct. It's what happens. We watch,
yeah.
you know, humans watch porn all the time. Like, what's the difference? I mean, you know, it's not like you're sitting there watching Bigfoots have sex and then wanting to jerk off like that. Yes, that's gross. But I mean, if you look at it as like a nature thing, then, you know, yeah. So
Let's just see where the movie takes us, you know.
yeah. You're wanting to touch yourself while you watch
I'll let you know in my review. How about that?
Okay, all right, sounds good, dude. Please watch it while wearing pants. I don't want you to be tempted by Bigfoot titty.
Well, that way I'll be able to tell you if I kept them on or not.
Oh, okay, all right, yeah, there you go. Dude, anyways, yeah, so it was a good movie. People that are listening, I definitely recommend that you give it a chance. And then if you did end up watching it and you liked it, please let us know, because that would be really cool. I would like to know. I would like to hear other people's opinions on it. I really don't feel like it was much of a spoiler, because you still got to see it to believe it, and there are plenty of things that I left out, but it was a good movie. I liked it a lot. So I'm super happy that my buddy put that on his Plex. And I definitely recommend it to everyone else. So, yep, that's about it, man. You got anything you want to add to it?
No, I didn't. I watched the movie. I'll check it out, though.
Yeah, definitely.
I will check it out.
Check it out, and
sounds a lot better than I would have thought.
Yeah, that's good. I'm glad that. Yeah, I'm glad that you like it. I would really do want to see or hear what your opinion is of that movie. I don't think it's on any of the streaming stuff yet, but if it is,
I'll see if I can get a hold of it.
Okay, cool.
Probably in a red box somewhere.
Maybe. We'll see.
Can you imagine that? Accidentally on the kids section.
Oh, dude. Yeah. Yeah. I think it's definitely a misunderstood movie, that's for sure. So, but yeah.
Well, with the actors, because isn't it some pretty high up there actors?
No. I mean, it's just what's his name? Jesse. I mean, there was only 4 people in the movie.
Yeah, but I thought they were all known.
No.
Jesse Eisenberg for sure.
Yeah, Eisenberg, and then who else was in it? There was some a woman that I don't know. I don't know what her name is.
Riley Keough.
Yeah, I don't know who it is. I don't know who she is.
Well, fuck me. I guess I don't know shit. She's in a few movies.
Is she? Okay.
Yeah.
But it was.
Go look her up.
Yeah.
Not you. The people listening.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that's it, man. I liked it, and if you watch it, then please tell me what you think. Max, if you watch it, then go ahead and we can talk about it next time or another time, whenever you end up watching it. So, but
100%.
Yeah, I think we should go ahead and just wrap it up. What do you think?
Yeah, good with me.
Okay, yeah. Anything else you want to add?
Just up on the grams and Twitches.
Yeah.
Doc starts with streaming.
Yeah, I know. I should do that.
Doc starts with again.
I don't know what you said. Bigfoot has a dog dick.